5, 4, 3.
You remove the screensaver.
Welcome again to the Puro Tech Show, Episode 2. Ito ang podcast, ang tech podcast para sa ating lahat. And you can contact us you can contact us at purotech@RONJIE.com. That's PUROTECH at RONJIE.com. And you can also visit our show notes blog, purotech.blogspot.com. So let's start the podcast officially. And as always, we'll start it with the portion, Anong Tech Mo? Our guest for today is none other than my wife. And here she is.
Hi!
Yeah, it's just so ito parang avatar niya lang. It's a kind of stuffed toy slash what do you call this? Pillow slash na thing na animal na mukhang panda na mukhang aso na hugis parang lizard na hotdog na ewan. Anyway, avatar niya, gumagamit lang siya avatar kasi ayaw niyang magpakita sa public video or whatever.
I'm shy.
Anyways, so yun, let's go to the first part of the podcast where we ask, Anong Tech Mo? So we always ask this question so I answered this question in the first episode. We asked this question to our guests. Anong tech mo? Anong mga tech ang ginagamit mo? But first and foremost, by the way, you can visit the wifey's name or internet nickname is Carbonara Mara. You can visit her website at carbonaramara.com. So, Carbonara Mara. Haba naman. Anong tech mo? So, of course, we syempre give first a short background about yourself para medyo mas magets natin kung bakit nga ba yun yung tech na ginagamit mo. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Ako si Carbonara Mara. Been married for a little over a year and moved to Japan to be with my husband 6 months ago. So, dito sa Japan, ako ay isang homemaker. Ibig sabihin nun, dito lang ako sa bahay. Nagluluto, naglilinis. At, yun, pinapaganda ang bahay.
So, gumagawa ka ng home.
Yes.
Homemaker.
Yes.
Parang coffee maker. Gumagawa ng coffee. So, okay.
The gadgets I use are just a laptop, my cell phone, and camera. Ano pa ba? Yun, parang
more or less yun.
Parang yun lang yata.
In terms of gadgets, yeah.
And, yun. Ewan ko kung coincidence lang, pero lahat ng gadgets ko ay hand-me-downs galing sa asawa ko. There.
Anyways, yeah. So tell us a little bit more about yung mga gadgets na yun. So yung laptop, cell phone, and camera. Anong mga model or brand or make?
The laptop I'm using is a MacBook Pro. 1 year old.
It's 2009 model.
2009 model ng MacBook Pro. And then, I'm using an Olympus digital camera. I forget what model it is. And, cell phone, right now, I'm using a Samsung Galaxy Y. Prior to the Samsung, Nokia yung gamit ko na cellphone. And I used an HTC phone for a couple of months.
A couple of months lang? HTC?
A few months.
So, yun na nga nabanggit mo, hand-me-down. So, you didn't really have a choice. Pero, well, let's talk about yung... first, let's I wanna ask, gusto kong tanungin, yung camera mo, so point and shoot lang siya, no?
Yes.
Hindi siya SLR or what?
Yeah,
DSLR. Digital, of course.
Yes.
Olympus, no?
Yes, Olympus.
Yeah, so, kamusta naman yung Olympus? Pala muna. Okay ba siya? Okay lang? Pwede na?
Okay lang yung camera na gamit ko ngayon. Pero,
okay ang previous camera na ginagamit mo, Canon. So, let's say, kumpara mo yung dalawa.
Canon na Ixus.
Mga 8-year-old na ba yun? 8 years old?
No.
2003? 6? 2005.
Late 2005.
And versus this Olympus na siguro mga 2009 model.
Yeah.
Between the two, ano yung mas okay?
Mas gusto ko yung Canon. Kaya lang, yun nga, bumigay na siya kasi nga luma na.
At kung saan na nakarating.
Yeah. Parang mas okay yung quality ng photos na kinukuha niya. Ito namang Olympus, okay din naman siya. Kaya lang, hindi ko kasi masyadong makontrol yung shake. Kaya...
Pero may anti-shake feature naman yun, di ba?
Yun nga, pero hindi niya kaya yung shake ng kamay ko.
Lalo na malamig, no? Mas lalo nagsishake ba?
And yun nga, siguro kasi for a couple of months ko palang naggamit, so hindi ko pa siya masyadong naaaral. Hindi ko pa hindi ko pa ma-maximize yung mga features niya.
Okay, well, siguro tanungin natin, una alamin natin anong model nga ba yan. Pero, I mean, so far siguro sa experience ko, parang lahat ng nakita kong mga Canon na camera, lahat ng mga nagamit kong Canon na digital camera, lahat okay. Ito, second Olympus to na nasubukan ko na rin. Hindi siya okay. Yung first Olympus na nasubukan ko sa kapatid ko yun, okay yung kuha eh. So, kaya, eto, nung binili ko yan, inisip ko, Olympus. Maganda naman yung Olympus na experience ko. Pero dito nga, medyo, hindi siya ganun kaganda na type. But anyway, okay lang.
We'll show it to you next time.
Yeah, and banggitin na rin natin yung model number para doon sa mga balak bumili. Medyo iwasan na lang natin yung model na yan ng Olympus. Pero I'm sure Olympus may mga model. Pinili ko rin kasi dyan yan yung isa sa mga pinakamura. 12 megapixel camera siya pero wala, yun talaga yung yung presyo niya mura eh. So siguro kaya hindi rin ganun ka-okay yung overall na gamit niya. So anyway, let's talk about naman yung yung cellphone history. So nabanggit mo nga Samsung Galaxy Y yung phone mo, nakagamit ka na rin ng HTC.
Yeah.
And pero for the longest time Nokia yung ginagamit mo.
Yep.
Kumbaga of the three, of course Nokia na yung ano ba tawag doon? Feature phone na simple lang, may 12 buttons. Oops, kita ka na sa camera. So ito yung
This is my old Nokia.
Ito yung Nokia. So ano nga matawag dito? So, let's just say it's a feature phone na hindi siya flip type, hindi siya sliding type. It's just a rectangular box.
Yep.
May screen, may color naman, and yun, numeric keypad lang na pipindutin mo halimbawa yung number 2 3 times para makakuha yung letter C, yung ganun, no? So, marami sa atin, of course, ganito yung ginagamit. And ako rin mismo, meron akong ganitong klaseng phone. Kasi dati naka-Samsung Omnia ako. Ang hirap gamitin, ang hirap mag-text. Balik Nokia din ako. Na ganitong simpleng phone lang. Of course, meron ng mga smartphones din yung Nokia ngayon. Ngayon, so nabanggit mo na rin ba na yun nga, between Nokia, yung Samsung Galaxy Y and HTC, ang pinaka-preferred na phone mo pa din yung Nokia?
Nokia, yes.
Pero kung, I mean, Nokia dahil ba
Because
sa brand o dahil yung form factor niya na ganito?
Yung main use ko kasi sa cellphone, pang text. So, dun sa tatlong phone, Nokia, HTC, and Samsung, pinaka okay na pang text ang Nokia.
Hindi, yun na nga. Nokia, as a brand o no, yung ganitong form factor? Halimbawa kung meron Samsung na ganito.
Yung ganito na Nokia.
Okay.
And pati yung program niya, kasi naka-text ako isang beses sa Ericsson. Iba yung
arrangement. So,
iba yung arrangement.
pero kumbaga ano lang din naman siguro yun, no? Parang familiarization, parang alam naman natin
dun sa
Pilipinas.
tatlo nga na phone lang, Samsung HTC, Samsung Galaxy Y, HTC, whatever model that is, and
Nokia yung pinaka nagustuhan mo.
Yeah.
Pero so Samsung Galaxy Y currently ang ginagamit mo and specific dahil 3G.
Yes, 3G.
May roaming.
Actually, okay ako sa Nokia ko eh. Ito yung ginagamit ko sa Pilipinas. Kaso, nung lumipat ako sa Japan, kailangan ko ng 3G phone para makapag-roaming ako. Kaya, kumuha ako ng HTC na second hand.
Na lumang model na rin.
Yep. And,
okay lang din naman yun. Walang problema.
okay lang din kasi habang nandito ako sa Japan, hindi naman ako nagte-text masyado.
Pero kung gagamitin mo yun pang text, mahirap. Let's say, yun yung main phone mo. Hindi mo nadala ngayon, no? Yung HTC. So, ito yung HTC na mga 2006 lumabas, Windows Mobile 6. Tapos, may slide-out keyboard. Tapos,
apat pala yung phone ko.
Oo nga pala, meron din
akong Japan phone.
Oo, na 0 yen libre yung phone.
This is, my Japan SIM is here. Yung sa Samsung ko, nandun yung Globe SIM ko na naka-roaming.
Yeah, ito yung mga usong phone din generally dito sa Japan, yung mga flip phone. Tapos usually yan, pahaba. Ang gamit kasi din nito is pwede siyang pang mobile internet nila. So lahat sila halimbawa nasa train o bus, lahat sila nag-i-internet. Pero syempre ngayon meron ng mga iPhone, Android, mga ganyan. So anyway, let's talk about naman yung current phone mo. I mean at least in the na yung gamit mo may pang Pilipinas na SIM card ka, yung Samsung Galaxy Y. Kamusta na may experience mo dito? So syempre, kumpara doon sa Nokia, touchscreen siya, may Wi-Fi siya, mas malaki rin yung screen niya. Of course, may 3G siya. Yung Nokia mo na simple, walang 3G.
Yun nga. Like I said before, main use ko ng cellphone ay pang text. So, yung experience ko sa Samsung, hindi ganun ka-okay compared to the Nokia. Kasi nahihirapan ako mag-text sa touchscreen. Kaya, yun, I still prefer...
Ang mahirap mag-text sa touchscreen dahil ba, kasi ito QWERTY yung keyboard So,
QWERTY.
maliliit yung keys.
Hindi,
Let's say kung
sa,
yung parang feedback, yung may nararamdaman kang button na pinipindot.
Yes.
Physical button. Yeah. So,
touchscreen plus QWERTY.
Yeah. So anyway, i-compare lang natin din yung size. Hindi ko pa yata nabanggit. Yung Samsung Galaxy Y, I should mention na panalunan ko to sa isang contest actually na hinold ng Samsung Mobile Philippines. Thank you again to Samsung Mobile Philippines. Samsung Galaxy Y, a great phone, I would say. Basically, may contest sila Samsung app virtual party something. I forgot the name of the contest, but basically may sentence sila that starts with I wanna level up because. So i-complete mo yung sentence na yon. Yung I wanna level up doon, APP, app, hindi up, hindi UP. So app, I wanna level up because ang sagot ko naman is because I wanna become an Android. So I don't know kung dahil doon kaya ako nanalo. But I think may random drawing lang din sila. So, but again, once again, thank you to Samsung Mobile Philippines. I've personally used this and it's a great phone. I would recommend it. Lalo na sa price niya. I mean, best affordable Android device, smartphone for that price. For that price, okay na okay siya. Sulit na sulit. And affordable nga. I mean, kung nasa Pilipinas ako and I had the money enough money, ito yung bibiling ko. Kasi, I mean, mahal masyado for me yung ibang mga phone. Pero yun na nga, so nagkataon dito so nandito kami sa Japan ngayon, mura na yung iPhone eh. Kumbaga, iPhone 4 to. So, nabanggit ko last time, mga 3,000 pesos siya per month. May unlimited internet na, unlimited phones and text to the same network pa, plus payment for the phone na rin. So, 3,000 pesos times 24 months, sulit na sulit. Pero, actually, ang ginagawa ko, hindi ko rin ginagamit yung internet. So, mga a little over 1,000 pesos a month lang gamit ko. May unlimited text, unlimited phone calls to the same network, and I'm paying for the phone installment. So, actually, sulit na sulit siya. Murang-mura na talaga, affordable na dito. But kung nasa Pilipinas ako, siguro ito malamang bibilin ko. Kahit ako, so of course si carbonaramara.com ang gumagamit nito, pero kahit ako, I mean, solve ako dito eh. Kahit yung may mga kilala rin kami naman na gamit ito, meron din silang ganito. Mukhang okay rin naman sila dito sa Samsung Galaxy Y. Yun nga lang, I mean, it's not high-end, definitely. So, sa presyo pa lang, it has a rather small screen, 3-point-something inches lang. Even smaller than the screen of the iPhone. Pakita nga natin. Comparison. So, yan. Ay, makikita nyo mas konti yung icons din na itong Samsung. At sa home screen, and mas maliliit din. Well, kitang-kita rin mas maliit yung screen. Tapos mas maliit pa, mas mababa pa yung resolution din nito. Mas mahina din yung processor, mas maliit lang yung memory, 128 megabytes lang. Yung camera, wala siyang front-facing camera dito. Pero may camera siya sa likod, but I think it's just 2 megapixel, maybe 1.3 megapixels lang, I forgot. Pero ang ganda rin ng itsura, oh. So, may nagsabi nga lang iba na kamukha niya yung iPhone 3G. But anyway, I mean, I like it. Ano pa? Yun, nabanggit ko, ang liit nung internal memory niya, pero meron siyang micro SD card slot, and it came with a micro SD card na 2GB yata. Ngayon, ang problema dito, basically mga, I think 128 megabytes lang, maybe something like that, yung internal memory niya. So, yung Android lang talaga yung nandun. Pag nag-download ako ng mga apps, sa micro SD card niya, sinesave. Yung ganda nga, may advantages yun. Let's say kung magpapalit akong phone or yung apps ko, and I would think pati yung settings, malilipat din dun sa bagong phone. Ang disadvantage, of course, is yun, medyo mabagal siya mag-load dahil galing sa micro SD card pa linoload yung apps. So, and then in general, maliit din yung memory niya, yung RAM or what. Kung minsan nagra-run ako ng, ayan, so ito, rinarun ko yung Angry Birds, medyo matagal mag-load. And then kung minsan, so maglalaro ang Angry Birds, walang problema, okay naman yung experience. Pero after a few minutes, medyo naglalag na ng konti. I think, again, it's because of the small memory size. Pero, I mean, for the price, again, it's okay. Okay na okay siya. I would highly recommend this, lalo na kung tamang-tama sa budget nyo. So, ito yung Angry Birds. I don't know, siguro hindi makikita dito yung naglalag eh. So, yan, medyo responsive pa siya. Siguro, mahirap yata makita. So, let's try it. Oops. Anyway, so medyo okay pa siya ngayon. And, yun. So, well, that's our Anong Tecmo portion. Thank you again to our guest, Carbonara Mara.
Thank you also.
And, yun, thank you again to Samsung Mobile Philippines. Samsung Galaxy Y, a great phone. And if we have some commercials, we'll show it here. If not, we'll go to the next portion. And the next part of our show is the Bossa portion. Bossa! That's read. Anyway, merong ano yan eh. Sa pop culture natin sa Pilipinas, syempre, alam natin kung saan lumalabas yung Bossa! Anyway, so, of course, this week natapos na yung Consumer Electronics Show or CES 2012 sa Las Vegas. Maraming announcements, maraming new product showcases. Justin Bieber, Justin Timberlake were there. LL Cool J. They were there to introduce some new products. Ang daming bago. So I would like to talk about all of them, but I mean the new things that I read that came out of CES, kaso ang dami nga. I just recommend you to visit ces.cnet.com para yung mga featured products, yun, you can learn about them. So may mga videos sila. Siguro nabanggit ko lang last week nga yung parang isang hinala ko, prediction ko na gagawin ng Apple. May mga rumor nga na gagawa sila ng TV. Yung mga hula ko about that TV, medyo baka, I don't know na kung paano mangyayari, kung ano ba talaga yung lalabas, considering yung mga lumabas na TV noon sa CES. So meron mga TV doon, yung Lenovo, meron silang maliit lang naman na TV, katulad rin nung sinabi ko, 27-inch. Actually, parang ano siya eh, parang desktop, tapos and TV in one, I don't know, tapos ano siya ng iba-ibang angle hanggang maging flat, touchscreen siya, 10-finger touchscreen. I think it's running on Ice Cream Sandwich Android. So it's sort of the idea I had for Apple's television concept, but I mean, Lenovo's already has that product. And of course, meron naman yung mga high-end na mga televisions, bagong technology, display technology na linabas ng LG, tsaka ng, I believe, ng Samsung din, yung tinatawag na OLED, Organic LED or Organic Light Emitting Diode. Basta, ito, halimbawa, meron silang 55-inch, sobrang laking TV, 55-inch, pero ang nipis lang, siguro mga, sabi nila, 4mm thick lang daw, or something like that. And totally, the TV is just 7 pounds lang daw, 7 kilos ba, I forgot. Pero, I mean, you can imagine that, sobrang gaang, sobrang ganda ng quality, picture quality, and it also comes with 3D capabilities, of course. And, well, that's, I guess, the future of TVs. For us in the Philippines na hindi pa kaya yun, siguro mga 5 years from now pa. But, I mean, 55-inch television, I mean, you have to have a very big room for that, of course. But anyway, it's the future of televisions, at least the near future, maybe. So maybe around later this year, lalabas na yung mga first few OLED TVs from LG and from Samsung. So, I mean, if Apple will come out with a television, it has to be OLED. If it's not OLED, I don't know how it will work. And then yung, let's say, Siri capability, voice controlled capability ng television, meron na rin mga ganon. Kahit yung Xbox ng Microsoft, kaya nang gawin yun, and a few other televisions. Ibang TVs din, I think Samsung also came out with one. May camera na sila, built-in camera, so you can use it na rin for, let's say, Skype, yung makipag-video chat ka with someone else on the internet, and so on. And isang gamit rin nun is for 3D. So, kung minsan, pag nanonood ka ng 3D, kailangan nasa tapat ka mismo ng television. Pag umurong ka lang konti, iba na yung makikita mong image. So, yun yung gamit ko minsan nung camera dun sa TV para nakikita nila. I think galing Toshiba naman ito. Nakikita nung TV kung nasan ka. So, ina-adjust niya rin yung image accordingly para 3D pa rin yung nakikita mo. So, ganyang mga technology yung part of the new types of technologies na showcase at display dun sa CES. Ang dami pang iba. May mga, of course, may mga tablets, smartphones, and so on. Ang dami. So anyway, I just suggest kung na-miss nyo, you can visit ces.cnet.com. Ang daming features doon. Doon din ako nanonood ng mga features, product features dun sa what do you call that, sa CES. And well, just to continue, we would also like to talk about yung if you're a tech enthusiast, I'm sure you've heard about the Pinoy Tech Blog, probably the best or most followed tech blog in the Philippines, pinoytechblog.com. They came out with their own, well, they call it top 5 tech trends in the Philippines for 2012. And well, it's yeah, it is what it is, tech trends. It's not prediction or what for 2012, but it's quite interesting. Their top 5 tech trends, predicted tech trends for 2012 in the Philippines is first, rise of the Ultrabooks. I'll give you pala the link to the, well, you can just search it also for on the internet, but the top, I'll give you the link to this Pinoy Tech Blog article. Rise of the Ultrabooks, I really think, yeah, sabi nga rin ni Steve Jobs nung in-introduce niya yung MacBook Air, I believe last year, yun na nga, this is the future of laptops at least. And true enough, yan, sumusunod na lahat ng mga tao, lahat ng mga manufacturers, Asus, Lenovo, and so on. Samsung also, I believe, Dell, HP with Ultrabooks. Maybe not Dell. Pero from the CES pala, one interesting Ultrabook / tablet is yung isang product ng Lenovo. Ano siya eh. So, laptop siya. Bubuksan mo ganun, di parang laptop siya. Pero pwede mo siyang mabuksan na ganun. So, magiging parang tablet with a stand siya. Tent mode yung tawag nila. And then, eventually, pwede mo ma 360 degrees yung isang panel, and then parang magiging tablet na siya. And then, it's parang sa pagkakagamit ng mga taong nandun sa CES, parang sabi nila, okay daw yun. It's an interesting concept, but I don't think, it's not really an Ultrabook. It's an Ultrabook and tablet or whatever in one. But I don't think that kind of concept. It's cool. It will fill a certain niche, pero I think it won't. It won't be the form factor that everyone will be using. So Ultrabooks, very thin, very light, very powerful, decent battery life notebooks, like the MacBook Air. But this time, Windows machines, yan yung lalabas. And maybe, hopefully, cheaper than yung MacBook Air. Kasi MacBook Air, yung cheapest, I believe, is around, sabi mo na, mga $1,000 or $900 ba, I forgot, sa US. Yun. So, number 2 tech trend for 2012, according to Pinoy Tech Blog, is, continuity of tablets and smartphones. Of course, yun. Kahit ako, makikita mo na, ang dami ng may mga smartphones nga din. Kahit BlackBerry, mga may QWERTY pa na keyboard. Kasi yung mas preference nila, or siguro company issued yun. Marami ring, of course, merong mga may iPad na dyan. Meron ding ilan na mga may Kindle and e-book readers. So, obviously, yung trend na yun, kasi hindi pa totally rin nag-take off eh. Kasi, because of the price, what else, no? Kahit ako, hindi ako bibili talaga ng smartphone. Kahit yung Samsung Omni ako, bigay lang yun eh. Regalo lang, kaya meron ako nun. Pero otherwise, hindi ko afford eh. So, yun. Anyway, obviously, magko-continue pa rin ang gamit ng tablets and smartphones in 2012. And of course, Windows 8, another top tech trend in the Philippines for 2012, according to Pinoy Tech Blog. Windows 8, of course, is scheduled to release this year. And personally, I think it looks great. Kahit yung Metro UI na lumalabas sa Windows 7, Windows Phone 7 interface, very innovative. Clearly, ibang concept kumpara, let's say, sa iOS, sa iPhone OS. So, Very interesting. I can't wait to try Windows 8 myself, but I hope I don't get disappointed dahil I think aside from the Metro UI, it feels like it's going to be the same Windows. So I hope not. I hope it really there's a lot of improvement aside from the Metro UI. Of course, I think yung Metro UI okay siya for touchscreen Ultrabooks or tablets. Pero I don't know for let's say if you don't have a touchscreen desktop PC, siguro mahirap 'yon. Oops. And last, I think, oh no, not yet. Fourth tech trend for 2012 is getting into the cloud. That's quite, that's also a given. Of course, Apple has iCloud. There's also Amazon, and Dropbox is becoming very popular. Microsoft has its own online office capabilities or services. It's quite obvious. But adaptability, I think getting into the cloud does, nag-take off na siya nung 2011, and it's just going to continue. So nothing really new there, nothing really surprising. But it's going to be a trend, sure, I think. And the last tech trend that PinoyTechBlog.com predicts for 2012 in the Philippines is the emergence of NFC applications. Ano ba yung NFC? NFC means Near Field Communication. Basically, imagine niyo yung I don't know kung nakapunta na kayo sa Singapore yung sa MRT nila, yung card, pati sa Hong Kong din ganun, I think. Yung card nila parang may magnetic something whatever. So parang itatap mo lang siya dun sa terminal, dun sa ticket entrance gate, and then yun na, magre-register na pumasok ka, and then paglalabas ka, magre-register na kung anong station ka pumasok at lumabas, tapos mababawas na dun sa account mo, dun sa chinarge mo, or yung kumbaga parang prepaid card siya. Something like that. Yung isang gamit ng NFC. So parang NFC yun. Except ang idea is katulad dito sa Japan, ang tagal na nilang merong NFC sa mga cellphone nila. Yung cellphone nila ilalagay lang nila doon sa ticket gate, tapos mababayaran na. Kung minsan i-charge pa nga doon sa account nila, sa cellphone account nila yung mga expenses nila using yung NFC na yon, yung parang electronic ticket para sa maraming bagay, sa train, sa bus, sa vending machine, sa ibang stores, kuminsan sa taxi din. So, yun, ang isang predict ng Pinoy Tech Blog is yung emergence of NFC applications. Marami pang ibang gamit yung NFC katulad ng, let's say, phone-to-phone communication. Halimbawa, pag na-detect ng isang phone, yung isa pang phone, so naka-NFC enabled sila pareho, biglang magta-transfer ng contacts or whatever data between the two. Parang ganun. So, isang example yun. And let's say, Bluetooth device pairing. Well, let's say, it's different from Bluetooth. So, Bluetooth is parang communication talaga. NFC is like, generally, hindi siya kasing, it's not like Bluetooth. So, I heard, let's say, for example, yung ibang mga kotse na mga lumabas sa CES, may NFC sila, ilalagay mo yung phone mo dun sa isang location, malalaman niya na linagay mo yung phone mo, and so on, may gagawin siya and something. So, ganong klaseng mga bagay yung kayang gawin ng NFC. Emergence of NFC applications in 2012 in the Philippines, I'm not so sure. But I hope it starts off. So, namamblema sa US, katulad yung Google Wallet, medyo failed siya. Okay yung Google Wallet, kaso ang daming ayaw mag-adopt sa US. So, medyo nagiging, kahit sa US, nahihirapan mag-kick off yung NFC. So, but I hope sa Philippines, lalo na yung mayroon tayong 3 train system, halimbawa sa Metro Manila, for example, iba-iba pa nga dapat yung ticket mo, di ba? Parang, I don't know, I think LRT 1 and 2, baka interchangeable yung ticket, but sana isa na lang yung ticket pwede. Tapos sana yung ticket na yun pwede rin gamitin sa bus, yung ganun, no? Yung parang prepaid ticket or stored value ticket ng tawag natin sa Pilipinas. So similar to that. Pero in this case, parang let's say baka nasa cellphone na. O di kaya, yun, isang binanggit rin pala dito ng Pinoy Tech Blog is, let's say magbabayad ka ng gas, igagano mo lang, toot, tapos bayad na. So, ganong klaseng ano lang. So, that's quite interesting prediction from Pinoy Tech Blog. And, last but not least, we heard about anti-bill shock legislation, which is good. I don't know, meron akong mga kaibigan na ganun nga, na bill shock sila. Parang hindi nila, actually, usually nangyayari yung bill shock kapag nag-roaming. Pagkabalik ng Pilipinas, nag-access ng internet sa phone nila habang nasa ibang bansa. Pagbalik ng Pilipinas, pagdating ng bill, 100,000 pesos yung bill nila, patay. So, I mean, anyway, yun yung isang kagandahan kung ng prepaid lang yung gamit mo. Pero actually kahit na meron akong kilala naman, hindi naman siya nag-roaming, hindi siya ng ibang bansa. Nagkataon lang hindi niya alam na naka-on pala yung data connection, yung internet ng cellphone niya. Tapos yun, well, siguro mga 20,000 o 30,000 pesos yung bill niya. I mean, hindi 100,000 pesos pero ang laki pa rin, 'di ba? Parang I mean, let's say 2,000 pesos lang binabayaran mo, ginagastos mo buwan-buwan para sa cellphone, tapos biglang magiging 30,000, sakit sa bulsa. Sakit din sa ulo. So, of course, yun. Ang panglaban lang naman dyan is sana may warning, may text ka matatanggap na sinasabi, magkano na ba yung bill mo? Let's say, kung lumagpas na ng 2,000 pesos, kung lumagpas na ng 10,000 pesos, may matatanggap kang text. Well, so I don't know about the details, pero it's quite interesting. It's quite a development. Buti na lang, I don't know kung mauna pa nga tayo sa US with that anti-bill shock legislation. Or I don't know if there's even legislation or the phone companies are just taking in, parang sila na mismo nag-i-initiate na mag-apply ng mga anti-bill shock measures na yun. So, okay yun. And last, na pagbabasa, I'll also give you the link. Nasa show notes din natin to sa purotech.blogspot.com. Yung HSBC, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, some of you siguro meron kayong mga HSBC na credit card or even bank account. They predicted the top economies by the year 2050, and no surprise, number 1 doon ang China. And then number 2 na lang ang US. So currently, number 1 economy, or at least a couple of years ago, number 1 economy, biggest economy in the world is the US. Pero ang prediction ng HSBC, according to CNN, is that by 2050, China na ang number 1 top most economy, number 2 na ang US, number 3 ang India, number 4 ang Japan, and then generally yung mga European countries, lahat bumaba ng ranking lahat. Pero ang sabi ng HSBC, prediction nila, ang pinakamataas na i-jump na ranking ay ang Philippines. So it will jump 27 places to become the world's 16th largest economy, sabi dito. I mean, so ano yun, 16 plus 27, 43. So let's say number 43 ngayon ng Pilipinas, tayo yung pinakamataas na itatalon na pag-unlad, pagbilis ng pag-unlad. So kumbaga China in general as a country, maunlad na sila. I mean, unti-unti silang umuunlad, tapos magiging number 1 sila, malaki na nga yung economy din nila. Of course, maraming economic activities dun, madaming factories, madaming investments. Pilipinas din, medyo mabilis. So, mababa yung ranking natin ngayon, number 43, let's say. magiging number 16 tayo by 2050 according to HSBC's predictions. Pero syempre, mangyayari lang, yun nga, sabi rin ng sabi ng HSBC, we openly admit that behind these projections, we assume governments build on their recent progress and remain solely focused on increasing the living standards for their population. So, in other words, hindi, mga kababayan, hindi mangyayari to unless kailangan tuloy-tuloy yung pagsisikap nating lahat. So, yun lang yun eh. Tuloy-tuloy yung pagsisikap nating lahat. Sana lang wag tayong boboto ng mga mamumuno na kukunin lang ulit yung pera natin. I mean, di ba? Okay, narinig nyo naman siguro sa mga, let's say, sa mga magulang ninyo or what, okay yung economy natin noon eh. Pero yun, merong mga nagnakaw, well, marami, tapos yun, dun tayo nagsimulang bumagsak. So, anyway, yun, tuloy-tuloy lang tayo, dadating rin tayo dun. So, di ba? Ayos ba? So, yun ang basa portion. Let's now move on to the next part, which is supposed to be, let's move on to the next part. So, the next part, so last episode, ang tawag ko doon sa third part is the cheese miss. Pero gusto ko na siyang tawaging the big cheesy miss. So, basically, it's the same, pero it's all the same content, pero except the name. So, the new name is similar, parang the big miss, pero cheesy. So, the big cheesy miss. And then, syempre, andun pa rin yung cheesy miss, which sounds like cheese miss. So, and I don't know, isa lang yung babanggitin ko. I don't know, well, with all these things that came out of CES, ano nang magiging bago mula sa Apple ngayon. Ang rumor na sagap ko is they will have this iBooks announcement. They will have a product, some kind of announcement in New York this January. I believe my date na, baka 22, I think I forgot. And it will be all about iBooks. So, I'm not sure exactly what kind of announcement it will. iBooks, of course, Apple has the iBook store kung saan nagbebenta sila ng mga books. They have the iBooks app, where you can access all your purchased books, and may mga free books din, syempre. Yun. Well, yun nga, related to what I said last episode, yung iBooks, it's possible, I think, it's possible that Apple might come out with a 7-inch e-reader and they might call it iBooks. That's just my hunch. I don't have any basis for that. I mean, it's just perfect. And, I mean, pasok pa nga, katulad sabi rin ng iba, pasok pa dun sa kasi sabi ni Steve Jobs last year, or a few years ago nung linabas nila yung iPad, 7-inch tablets, that's stupid. Ang hirap. Siguro dapat i-nail file mo yung, i-sandpaper mo yung daliri mo para makapag-type ka sa 7-inch tablet. So, eto, 7-inch na tablet, pero ang gamit niya is e-reader lang, specifically for iBooks. For reading iBooks, you don't really have to type. Pwede pa rin. It's not conflicting with Steve Jobs' statement about 7-inch tablets. Now, as we know, Samsung, for example, has a 7-inch tablet. They also now have a 7.7-inch tablet. Anyway, so that's all for the big cheesy miss. And for the next portion, panoorin mo to. Here will feature basically merong isang Sony executive, I believe I think senior vice president siya or something. May collection siya ng a lot of old Sony products, and it's just cool to watch all of that, to see all of that, all of those products in one place. It's quite cool that this person, he really loves Sony. Obviously, he has a collection of these products, and I'll show you the link, but we'll also show you the video once we edit this this podcast episode. Yeah. And lastly, last few parts of our podcast is first the helpline. We did not receive any tech questions per se, but we did help CarbonaraMara.com with a little bit of a tech problem. Basically, she was having problems with Cityville. So some posts, she cannot see all Cityville posts, and yet there's no way for her to control. Walang option para ma-on off yung yung feature na yon. So, ang mga sinuggest ko sa kanya is, first, kung nangyari sa inyo to, so basically, wala siyang makitang Cityville na mga notifications sa wall niya. Pero, yung ibang tao, may nakikitang notifications or whatever posts dun sa wall niya. Kung ibang tao yung tumitingin. So, as I said, hindi naman, trinay namin tingnan yung settings, wala namang makita. Apparently, kung mangyari din sa inyo to, ang first na susubukan yung gawin is i-remove nyo yung app, yung Cityville or whatever you're using na app na hindi nag-work, and then i-enable nyo ulit. So, huwag kayong mag-alala. For most games, yung mga settings nyo, yung mga progress nyo, hindi mawawala. So, that's exactly what happened. Ang problema is, when we tried that, ganun pa rin. So, may problema pa rin. The next course of action is contact Facebook. So, of course, you can go to that upper rightmost menu. Merong help doon. Just click help and just follow the instructions. So may mga preset na mga problems doon. If it's not one of those problems, there's an option na pwede kayong mag-send ng message mismo sa Facebook. And hindi pa solved yung problem, but I've tried this kind of help before, but actually more with Zynga, not with Facebook, and medyo responsive naman sila, and hopefully ma-resolve yung mga ganyang problems soon. And that's all for the helpline. Wala pa tayong the buzz line. Wala pa tayong phone calls or voicemails. Again, you can email us at purotech@blogspot.com. Let's show that. Purotech@RONJIE.com. Send us your emails, voicemails, or video voicemails to that email address. We just request 30-second limit, 45 seconds maybe, up to 45 seconds tolerable, pero definitely 46. Medyo mahaba na yun, but depends then. If you have something really interesting to say, we'll include that. And that's all for this podcast. For this episode, I have to move here dahil andito yung credits natin. And this is RONJIE.COM, and this is another episode of the Puro Tech Show. See you next time.